pretty damn good match. Had a special guest referee of Norio Hanaga, or Norio Hanaga, I think his name was. The match was good. It was a great starting match for the show, like really getting into the show. It was one of Jushin's finals. And all these guys have got lineage fighting Jushin in the past. The most recent being Ryusuke Taguchi. All these guys faced him in the 70s, or not 70s, but like the 80s and the 90s. And it was a great, homecoming match for Jushin, one of the best to finish off with. His partner was going to be, I think it was Naoki Sano was going to be his partner the next night on night 2 to take on Hiromu Takahashi and his partner. I can't remember who it is. Ryu Lee. That's who it was. Did you see this match?
I did not see that match.
Oh, it was good. It was great. It was a great little match. It only went 8 minutes, 52 seconds, but I wanted Jushin to go over, but he didn't. Unfortunately, he lost. So next up was Suzuki-gun, Zack Sabre Jr., Minoru Suzuki, Taichi, and El Desperado, who defeated Los Ingobernables de Japón, which was Sanada, Evil, Shingo Takagi, and Bushi. They won it by submission. This was another great little matchup. Fuck you. This is another great little matchup. Great tag team matchup for the show. Suzuki-gun did a good job. I didn't really see anything that was crazy, like you need to talk about, you know what I'm saying, so we can move on. It went 8 minutes, 39 seconds. And I believe Zack Sabre is the one who tapped out Bushi. I think Bushi's the one who ended up tapping out, if I'm correct.
Yeah, it was a solid match.
Yeah, it was. Next up was Chaos, Hiroki Goto, Tomohiro Ishii, Toru Yano, and Yoshihashi, defeating the Bullet Club, Kenta, Bad Luck Fale, Yujiro Takahashi, and Chase Owens with Peter. Another solid matchup, it wasn't too crazy, it was really good, great for what it was supposed to be good for, a mid-card match. Definitely worth a watch if you get to see it. Bullet Club and Chaos usually always have great matches. And, Yoshihashi, I love seeing him in a match. Like, I wasn't a big fan of him until he made his comeback, and then his comeback was really, really good, Next up after that was FinJuice. Juice Robinson and David Finlay took on the Gorillas of Destiny, Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa, who were the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. Who won that match, Sean? Who won that match? It doesn't say here who won that match. Do you know who won that match, Sean?
Shit, your dirty mouth. The Gorillas of Destiny are the real winners.
Oh, yeah, that's why they got pinned to the fucking mat by David Finlay and fucking Juice Robinson in an epic tag team matchup for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. It went 13 minutes.
Super good tag team match.
Yes, it went 13 and a half minutes, and it's fucking one of the best matches on the card. Definitely the best tag team match on the card. It was when the show really started heating up. You get into that main event row, and this is kind of the beginning of that. And they did a great job of keeping everybody's attention. And FinJuice, if anybody deserves the tag team championships, if there's anybody else on that roster who the Gorillas of Destiny could give it up to, it's got to be FinJuice. They're a very strong tag team. They won the tag team tournament this year, and they definitely deserve that chance at the titles. And I think they're going to do really good with it.
You're talking about Juice Robinson like he's actually good. That's cute.
God, shut the fuck up. You know what? Just go and tell me who won the tag team titles. Just go and tell me who won the tag team titles, Sean. Tell me who won the tag team titles. Come on, just tell me. Tell me who won the tag team titles.
I don't know.
Yeah, I bet you did. But great match. Went 13 and a half minutes. That match, we're going to start rating these matches. And that match got for me, a 3.5 star to 4 star match. It was really good. I felt like it could have went longer. I know 13 minutes is a good while anyway, so I really think it could have been one of the epic fucking matches between those two. A lot of rivalry there. Next
a couple more good spots would have made it a solid 4.5, 5.
Yeah. Next up was another great match that I think should have went longer. It's the only reason it doesn't get a 5 was Lance Archer and Jon Moxley in a Texas death match, which it really wasn't a Texas death match. It sort of was. You have to pin them first, and then they have to be down for 10 seconds to be considered a Texas death match. But they kind of, they cheated, But it's whatever. It's fine. Great match nonetheless. These two put on a hell of a fucking match. I definitely didn't expect that good a match from Lance Archer. Nothing bad about Lance Archer. I like him. I just didn't know how good he was going to do against Jon Moxley in his environment. It was definitely an Extreme Rules, hardcore deathmatch environment. They put on a hell of a match for everybody. That's for sure.
That's the most brutal I think I've ever seen a New Japan match get. Usually they kind of stray away from stuff like that, but it was good to see that they let him go all out.
Yeah, they let Moxley do him, and I mean, if anybody knows hardcore and Extreme Rule and deathmatch wrestling, it's Jon Moxley. That's for sure. And so the match gets like a 3.75 for me, only because I feel like it should have went longer. That was my only problem. It went 14 minutes, 26 seconds, and this easily could have been a 20-minute matchup. If it went 5 more minutes, I think it could have been a solid 4.5, 4-star match. But it was still a good match nonetheless, Let's talk about Hiromu Takahashi versus Will Ospreay. This match went plenty long. Definitely a 5-star match. 5 stars across the board. It was absolutely phenomenal. I mean, by the end of the match, you're on the edge of your seat. I didn't know Hiromu was going to go over. I figured they'd keep it on Will, but no, Hiromu was back to claim what was his, the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. And, it was... Did you see the match fully? Did you watch the full fucking match?
I did. This match was freaking phenomenal. There was a spot where Will Ospreay went to do a flip over the top rope onto him on the outside, and he kind of like dodged it and went to throw him back in the ring. Will Ospreay slid back in the ring and then just flipped right back over the top rope. It was freaking phenomenal. I said I'm a Will Ospreay fan. Will Ospreay, the wrestler, I'm a fan of, and it was a great match. I would definitely give it a 5-star. It was a barn burner. I was with you. I thought Will Ospreay was gonna take it. There was quite a few moments, like you said, where you're just on the edge of your seat, and I wasn't disappointed in that match at all.
You have a real fucking problem with Will Ospreay, bro. Like, do we need to talk to somebody about your Will Ospreay issues?
I just think give your fans a courtesy of a no. Don't just like freaking read every other person's question in the Q&A and then just like skip certain ones and completely ignore them. It's a dick move.
I think you and him may need to have some couples therapy, to be honest. Just saying. Definitely a good match. Went 24 minutes, 33 seconds for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship, and Hiromu Takahashi stands tall, claiming what was his just a year ago when he broke his neck after Wrestle Kingdom. Next up, Tetsuya Naito defeated Jay White in a singles match for the IWGP Intercontinental Championship. And this match was another great one. I will say I'll give it like 3.9. Maybe a 4 solid. There were things that could have been better, but it still was a great match. The story is what made it so great. Naito, coming from the ashes of everything he's had going on the last couple of years, losing the IWGP Heavyweight Championship this past year, getting it back, fighting with Jay White over the title. It's been a great story that Naito's had, and it's all been culminating at this Wrestle Kingdom, trying to become the first double belt champion, the first 2 belts Naito, and finally being accepted as the ace of New Japan. That's what the story is all about, and they executed it well, very, very well, and we're going to talk more about that in night 2. But great match. I give it a 3.9. Naito defeats Jay White in 33 minutes 54 seconds. Did you see this match, Sean?
I did.
So, what'd you think about it?
You hit the nail on the head there, man. The storytelling was good. I'm not the biggest New Japan fan, so like I wasn't invested as you were in the match because I didn't know the whole build up to it and everything. But just watching the match as a whole, it was super solid.
Yeah, I watched it. There's a build up video on YouTube that really explains everything really well. It was very good. And so the main event of night one comes down to Kazuchika Okada versus Kota Ibushi for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, which went 39 minutes 16 seconds. And God, this match was good. This is definitely probably going to be a 4.75 match. These guys put on a fucking clinic in wrestling. And Kota Ibushi and Kazuchika Okada just told a story in the ring, and I really honestly believed that Ibushi was going to win. I felt like he was going to take the title and possibly win the whole thing the next night. But no, he ends up losing to Kazuchika Okada after 39 minutes, and this match was just back and forth, and Ibushi showing another side to him. And that's why I think he's going to turn heel this year. I really do think Ibushi is going to join the Bullet Club. I really do think that's going to happen. It would be perfect for Ibushi, for him to join Bullet Club. The same club that Kenny was the leader of. And I think eventually if he ever left and went to AEW, or if we ever seen Kenny make a return to New Japan, we could see a definite match between those two based on this, Bullet Club and, you've lost your way and all that. Like, there's a lot you could do with heel Kota Ibushi, but this match was great. The couple of times,
was.
Yeah, the couple of times he no-sold Okada's moves and was just taking all of it, and then it was almost like he was getting all that energy and then redistributing it back to Okada, just beating the shit out of him. It was ridiculous. It was fucking ridiculous. This match was insane. 4.75.
That was the first time in a New Japan match that I've seen no sells like that. Usually they're pretty traditional on how they do all their stuff. So
I know, and people were
the no sells were definitely
yeah. And see, people were talking shit about him no selling. I'm like, this was a part of the match. He was basically hulking up in a way, and I can forgive it when it's something like that. I can forgive that. There was something going on in his head, man. So, great match. 4.75 stars for me. It goes fucking 39 minutes. Definitely worth a watch if you haven't seen it. If you just want to watch that match. If you watch any match this week, you should watch that one. It was a great fucking matchup. Hiromu Takahashi on. This is night 2, by the way. We're starting on night 2 of Wrestle Kingdom. Hiromu Takahashi and Ryu Lee defeated Jushin Thunder, Liger, and Naoki Sano with Yoshiaki.
Who was that?
I said Jushin Thunder Liger, Sean. That's his name.
No.
Now we can't say it anymore.
You said it wrong, sir.
We can't say it anymore, Sean. He's retired now. It's over. It's over, Sean.
So now we can just say his name normal?
Now we can just say his name normal.
Oh, okay.
But Hiromu Takahashi and Ryu Lee defeated Jushin Thunder Liger and Naoki Sano in a very solid tag team match. It went 12 minutes 16 seconds, and I would say it gets a solid 3 stars. I just really wanted to see Jushin win it. His final fucking match in New Japan, his final match ever. And I wanted to see him win, but they don't usually do it like that. They always kind of go out on their back a lot of times when it's the retirement match. I love the respect that Ryu Lee and Hiromu Takahashi showed after the match and bowing to Jushin Thunder Liger and all that. It was really cool. They showed a lot of respect for one of the greatest cruiserweights in the history of wrestling in general. So I loved it. It was a great matchup. I'm looking to see more from Ryu Lee and Hiromu Takahashi down the road. So, did you see that match, buddy?
I didn't. The only match night 2